It began on a night like any other. I was sitting on my balcony, staring at the stars, nursing a lukewarm coffee, and wondering why life felt so mundane. The city buzzed below me with its usual chaos, yet I felt disconnected from it all, like I was waiting for something, though I didn't know what. Little did I know that something was about to arrive in the most impossible form imaginable. A sudden shimmer in the sky caught my attention. At first, I thought it was a meteor streaking past, but it lingered, hovering above the city with a strange, pulsing light. The air grew heavy, almost electric, and my heart raced as the shimmer solidified into a figure. She was unlike anything I had ever seen. Her presence was overwhelming. She was tall, with lithe muscles that seemed both delicate and lethal. Her skin glimmered faintly, like polished moonstone, and her eyes were a vibrant shade of emerald, sharp and intelligent. Her long hair floated around her in defiance of gravity, shimmering with colors that shifted as though alive. She wore armor that looked organic, molded perfectly to her form, adorned with intricate patterns that glowed faintly. "I have come for you," she said, her voice melodious yet commanding, cutting through the night like a blade. I froze. "Me? Why, who are you?" She stepped closer, her presence radiating authority. "I am Lysera, princess of the Vailani Empire. You have been chosen. Your life, and the fate of your world, will never be the same." I laughed nervously, assuming this was some elaborate prank or hallucination. "Chosen? For what? Look, I think you've got the wrong guy." She tilted her head, her eyes narrowing slightly, as if studying my very soul. "There is no mistake. You carry the mark of Elian, hidden within you. It is rare among your kind, so rare that I am tasked with ensuring it awakens. You are integral to what is coming." "Mark of what?" I stammered, feeling a tremor in my chest. Something deep inside me responded to her words, a spark I didn't understand, a warmth that spread unnaturally fast. "Time is short," she said, gesturing upward. "The enemy will arrive soon, and you must be prepared. Come with me." Before I could protest, a sudden gust of wind lifted her off the balcony, and in an instant, she was hovering just above the ground. Her movements were fluid, predatory, and hypnotic. I felt drawn to her, an invisible pull that made me step forward. And then, instinct took over, I leapt. We traversed the skies above the city with breathtaking speed. The wind whipped past me, but I felt no fear, only clarity. Beneath us, the city lights stretched endlessly, and I realized I could sense her intentions, her focus, and even the faint ripples of her energy that intertwined with something deep within me. She led me to a hidden portal in the mountains outside the city. As we stepped through, the world transformed. We emerged into a vast crystalline landscape, illuminated by twin moons and swirling auroras. Massive towers of crystal and metal rose into the sky, glowing with an internal energy that defied logic. This was her world, and it was breathtaking. "You must train quickly," Lysera said, her tone serious now. "The Vairak are coming. They are hunters of worlds, and they sense the mark you carry. If they find you unprepared," she did not finish the sentence, but the implication was clear. Over the next days, I learned more than I ever thought possible. Lysera taught me to channel the energy within me, the mark of Elian, through my mind, body, and spirit. At first, it was exhausting, and I doubted my ability. But with her guidance, I began to feel a resonance with the universe itself. I could sense vibrations of life, the flow of energy in the crystals around us, even the faint tremors of distant planets. Through our training, I began to see another side of Lysera. She was not just a warrior, but a protector, a strategist, and surprisingly, compassionate. I noticed how she studied me, how her eyes softened when I struggled, how she seemed genuinely invested in my success. It was impossible to ignore the magnetic pull she exerted, not just as a mentor, but as something far more intimate, far more profound. One night, after a grueling session, we sat atop a crystalline plateau, looking at the twin moons. "Why me?" I asked quietly, unsure if I could even handle the answer. She was silent for a long moment, then spoke, her voice barely above a whisper. "Among billions, I could have chosen another. But you have the courage, the balance, the empathy required. I saw it before you even knew it existed." My heart raced. "So, you chose me?" "Yes," she said, her eyes locking onto mine with an intensity that left me breathless. "And that choice changes everything for both of us." The next day, the Virak arrived. Massive ships descended from the sky, dark and jagged, exuding malice. Lysera and I stood at the edge of the crystalline city, prepared for battle. Her hand brushed mine briefly, but intentionally, and I felt a surge of courage unlike anything before. The battle was unlike anything I had imagined. Lysera moved with lethal precision, her blade slicing through the air and striking down enemies with ease. I, guided by the mark, projected bursts of energy that disrupted their formations and protected the citizens of her world. Together, we were a force to be reckoned with. But the Virak commander emerged, a towering creature with armor like living obsidian, its eyes glowing crimson. It targeted me instantly, recognizing the mark within me. I faltered for a moment, overwhelmed by its power. Lysera rushed to my side, her voice cutting through the chaos. "Focus on us. Focus on me," she shouted. Her command anchored me. I drew upon the energy of the mark and Lysera's presence, weaving them together into a single, concentrated strike. The energy exploded outward, obliterating the Virak commander and scattering the remaining forces. Silence fell over the battlefield. Lysera looked at me, her expression unreadable but proud. "You have done it," she said softly. "You have awakened fully." In the aftermath, as the citizens of her world celebrated, I realized that my life had irrevocably changed. I was no longer the ordinary human who stared at the stars from a balcony. I was a guardian, a warrior, and now, something far more. Lysera approached me, her gaze unwavering. "You will stay," she said simply. "Not because you have to, but because this is where you belong with me, and with the responsibilities that come with the mark." I nodded, understanding fully for the first time. My world had expanded beyond comprehension, filled with danger, wonder, and a bond one could not deny. Lysera took my hand, and in that moment, everything felt aligned, purposeful, inevitable. "The universe is vast," she said, "and many challenges lie ahead. But we will face them together." I smiled, a sense of awe and resolve flooding through me. "Together," I agreed. As the twin moons cast their light over the crystalline city, I knew my life would never be the same. The alien princess had chosen me, and in doing so, she had changed not just my destiny but the fate of worlds. And for the first time, I understood what it truly meant to be extraordinary.